Hello and welcome to the Fruitful Hands Knitting Podcast. I'm Katie.
And I'm Diana.
And we are a mother-daughter
duo.
Knitting duo.
Yes,
knitting
that's
duo.
us.
That is us.
We are glad you're here.
Yes.
Thank you for joining us.
Yes, we've been wanting to podcast for a while, and I don't know, we love to talk knitting to each other, and we were like, maybe some other people would like to chat knitting with us too. So I've been knitting since I was 8, off and on since high school, like a little bit in high school, a little bit in college, and then more so now that I'm married and have children.
Yes.
I don't know how long.
I've been knitting about 20 years. I'm not going to tell you how old I was when I started, but 20 years. And I crocheted when I was younger. My grandmother taught me how to crochet, but I didn't know anybody that knitted. So about 20 years ago, I took a class, and then I've been knitting ever since.
There you go.
Love it.
Love it. It's the best. What are you wearing?
I am wearing Andrea Mowry's Zig.
Oh, I love it.
It's I love it. I really love it. I'm not a matchy, so I'm okay with the Spincycle that doesn't match on. I love the details on the shoulders and the exposed seam there.
Yeah, that's a nice detail. Like
Thank you. Thank Andrea Mowry. So this is Andrea Mowry's design, and I knit this. I started at mid-December and finished it at the end of January. The blue yarn is from the Croft. It's by West Yorkshire Spinners, and it's the Shetland Colors. So I used 4 skeins of that, I think, a little over 4 skeins. And then it's 100% Shetland wool. The Spincycle is Dreamstate, Ewenicorn, and the Family Jewels.
This is Ewenicorn?
Yeah, this is Ewenicorn. These two.
So the tops. Oh.
Yeah, these two.
Okay.
And yeah, these two are the same, and then this green is kind of a blue green, and it matches the sweater main part. That's why I used it. But the Ewenicorn is from Do You Knit. It's a yarn shop in New Jersey, and Spincycle does that color specifically for them.
That's cute.
And I'm a pink person, so I loved it, so I bought it. I used size 8 needles for the body of the sweater and 6 for the ribbing, and I knit a size 5. So there's plenty of ease. I think it's the 49 inch circumference, a little over that, and there's about 6 inches of positive ease. So I like it. It's big. So yeah.
Yeah, oversized. I like that look.
Yes. Yeah. Yes. So what are you wearing?
You know, I knit this last year. What is the name of it? What's it?
Illuminate.
Illuminate. Okay.
Yes.
This is also Andrea Mowry. I knit this last year, so I did not have my knitting journal then. So I know it's in Magpie Fiber Swanky Sock. And so you have this really nice color work right here. And then the body is in alternating stripes, which makes it fly off the needles. I mean, I felt like it just...
Weren't you concerned that maybe the mohair would be a little itchy?
Yes.
Because she has sensitive skin.
Yeah, so the lighter color right here was supposed to be like a mohair. It was like a magpie color. And then the green, this is like a greenish dark color. It was supposed to be Spincycle, but I used just both Magpie Swanky Sock, which has cashmere in it. And that's like...
It's lovely.
My weakness. I love
it's like
it.
Skin soft.
Yes. So I love this. I can't remember what size.
Now, did you pick the colors? How did you come about your colors?
So my husband was on a trip for, I can't even remember, work, school. And he stopped at the Magpie flagship store in Maryland. And he went in and he bought me a sweater's quantity of this. I was on FaceTime and he was talking to, I think her name is Sam, at the store. And so she helped me pick out colors. And I was just like, how is my husband at the Magpie store and I'm sitting at home? But it was the sweetest thing that he brought me. Yeah. Brought me this yarn.
One of her favorite things.
Yes. Yeah, this is definitely one of my favorite yarns. So anyway, I did tubular bind off on the sleeves, which I really like, but I think I pulled it a bit tight. Like, it's kind of tight. So anyway, I really like it. I can't remember the colors, so I will try to maybe
look it
up. I'll
find
look it
what's
up.
left.
Yes.
Put it on there. Okay.
Exactly.
Okay.
All right. So
Okay.
anyway.
So I think these are finished objects.
Yes. Finished objects.
FOs, finished objects.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. We're newbies. Can you tell? Okay. This one is a bit embarrassing, but you know, we're knitters. I'm just going to be honest. This I started probably years ago, maybe 10 years ago. And I put it, and I was maybe that far from being finished. So I put it in a bag and just kind of, I didn't forget about it. I would bring it out occasionally and pet it actually, but I didn't finish it until about 3 weeks ago. But it is a cabled rib wrap by ShiBui.
Oh, that's nice.
ShiBui knits their yarns. So it's a beautiful wrap. And as you can tell, the pattern's been gently loved. And that's it. So I knit mine. Mine's a blue. And it uses a silk cloud and their baby alpaca. And it is so soft. So it is beautiful. And it's very, very soft. Yes. It's, I used a size 7 needle. See, it's got the cable. I think that was probably the first cable I ever did. Its gauge is 20 stitches, and the color, it's a number. It's 1605. And I think, if I'm correct, ShiBui's, they're not making silk. Oh, I think it's just a silk cloud they're not making anymore. I think they're still in business. But, so, yeah, I love it. I haven't worn it yet because it's been warm here in Kentucky. So I haven't had a chance to wear it, but it is gorgeous. The yarns are gorgeous.
That is beautiful.
So I'm anxious to wear it in the fall if we don't get any more cold weather.
Yeah, love it.
Yeah, thank you.
I'll be right back.
So make sure that she's going to tend to a sweet grandchild. Make sure your languishing timeout knits get some attention occasionally. I actually finished, one of them wasn't as old as this one. It was about 3 years in timeout, and it was a lace little blanket for one of my granddaughters, and I just didn't finish it. Sometimes I do that. So I finished it, and now it's her baby doll's blanket. So it's really sweet. So I'm going to go ahead and share my next one with you because Katie's in the other room. So this next finished object, and this is not a languishing knit. The yarn I had for probably since last summer. They had it at my local yarn shop, which is Ray Bell. They had that yarn there, and I couldn't really figure out Knit Collage. The yarn's by Knit Collage, and it's kind of hard to determine. I know you can order directly from them, but I hadn't seen it out in a store. I knew I loved this very artistic sweater, and I thought I really want to knit that. So I bought the yarn and I left it because it doesn't. Sometimes I need like a recipe as to, you know, that you put this here and that there, and well, that wasn't the case. It was just like you kind of do your own thing. So I let it be there for a while, and then I started it and finished it in like 5 days. But this is, and as I'm looking at it here on our little mannequin, I need to probably bring this up and drop this, so I'll need to redo the buttons. And because I want these to match in the middle, they should be matchy there. So
that's so fun.
Yeah. So it's knit on 17 needles, and then you crochet an edge around the edge there, just to make it look nice and neat. And I loved it. The only thing is, my hands were sore just a bit for a day or two because of the big needles. I'm just not used to knitting. I'm usually knitting on, you know, between 4 and 8, something like that. But so I used Spun Cloud. I used 3 different colors of the Spun Cloud. This pink, this off-white here, and the yellow or mustardy color. And then I had 2 yarn sampler mini kits. One was called Pop Tart, and I don't remember what the other one is. But this yarn is just so fun. Some of it is fabric, just strips of fabric like this blue and this white with the pink and yellow. And then there's some that has flowers. See, that's a little daisy.
Funny.
Isn't that fun?
Yeah.
And it's thick and thin. This is, I mean, you know, you can't just wear this everywhere. It is a piece of art, I feel like. And I've already had one daughter that almost took it back to Memphis with her. So I did have quite a bit left over because I didn't know how much I would need, so I just bought. So I went back and bought 2 more of the thicker so I can make 1 more. I'm not sure if I'm going to make a pullover or a cardigan, but and it'll be in blues. But I do love that. It was just so fun. So this is a size 4, and I know it's on the mannequin. You can't really tell, but it has a 42 bust circumference and it fits. So I won't go up a size for sure. And it's very light, but it's very bulky. So as you can see, I'm sure you can tell by looking at it.
That's so cute. You'll have to wear it next time.
I may wear it next time.
All right, so now my embarrassment. This sweater, one of my finished objects, I finished it in January. This is the Phoenix by Truly Myrtle. Yes. So this is made out of Quince & Co yarn, and it's the Lark. I can't remember the colorways because I started this sweater in 2018.
Probably.
2018. I did because my daughter was born the next year. So I started it then, just finished it. It is pretty bulky on my shoulders because of the color work. So this is it worsted weight now?
I would say yes. It's either it's a worsted, I'd say.
It's pretty heavy. So and it's got it's supposed to be 3/4 length sleeves, although these have kind of grown some. But it's pretty bulky on my shoulders, so I don't love it. But I was like, I need to finish it this year, and so I finished it in January. So I felt pretty good about that.
And the color, this is like a charcoal color, and this is a light gray. It's really beautiful. It's very soft. When you were knitting it up, I feel like it was a little rougher maybe. Yes. But it is so soft.
Yes. And the color work is done like 1 color per round. What is that called? You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah. It's not in Tarsha.
No.
I can't remember.
I know. You slip the stitches that you're not knitting in that color. So that was pretty awesome.
Andrea Mowry does a lot of that.
Yes. Yeah. Well, it's, so this is called the Phoenix, and
it's
it was fun. It was pretty fun to knit with, or knit. And like you said, the yarn was a little bit rougher. I am not a rustic yarn person. I am a cashmere girl. So,
true. And thinner yarn.
Yes.
She does like thinner yarn.
Yeah. So this was, the last little bit was like I'm just going to finish this kind of thing. So.
Well, the beauty is we have a lot of girls in our family and a lot of nieces and nephews, granddaughters. So generally, if we make a sweater and we're not loving it, somebody else will love it and wear it in our family.
Yes.
So we are blessed by that because we love to knit.
Absolutely.
So we just knit and then somebody wears it.
Somebody
eventually.
will fit. We've got lots of different.
Somebody will fit. Yes. Good.
All right. Do you have another finished object?
I think no, I don't. This sweater is called the Kaleidoscope. I don't know if I mentioned that. This is the person at Knit Collage wearing hers. So that's a different look. And I don't put my notes on Ravelry. I'm not good like that. Yeah. I have a notebook that I put all my stuff in. So if you have any questions, feel free to ask. I'll be happy to answer. You do need a crochet hook with this one too. And it's a size US 15. Ooh. So it's just big. It's just if you need a quick knit.
Yeah.
But this is also not a cheap knit. So just be mindful. You know. It wasn't cheap, and I had a lot left over, and that's why I went ahead and just bought 2 more, and now I'm just going to make another one and probably gift it to one of my girls.
Yeah.
So, so what are you going to talk about?
Okay, my second finished object and last. These are the Hermione Everyday Socks. Whoops, where are we? Right here. I don't think any of the, okay, we might have to take that out. The pattern.
Yeah.
So these are the Hermione Everyday Socks, but I guess I have the finished object, so I didn't really need to show that. This is knit in Emma's Yarn Super Silky Base. January 2022 colorway is the main body, and then the contrast color is not written down, so I will have to figure it out.
You probably just had that in your stash.
I know. Yeah,
it's
I think
okay.
I did.
It's just an off-white kind of a...
It's really pretty, but oh my word,
and those have been lovingly worn because those were a birthday present she gave to me for my birthday.
Yeah, so this was actually my first pair of adult socks that I knit. And they were so much fun. That pattern, you can memorize it, and so you just, once you get it down,
beautiful.
You just knit however many repeats she says, and then heel flap and gusset. It's just so fun. And I've really gotten into sock knitting, as you'll see in the yarn editions.
So thank you. I love my socks.
Yes.
Okay.
So, works in progress?
You start with works in progress since I started the last.
So much talking.
That's okay.
This is my festival sweater. And this is probably going to end up being my favorite sweater that I've ever made.
It's beautiful.
Oh, lots of yarn going on here. Okay, so this is made out of Olivia and Oliver fibers. The little baubles. So the baubles are the caramel colorway, and then the speckled is called eggnog.
And what was the yarn again?
Olivia and Oliver fibers.
Olivia and Oliver.
She's from the Netherlands, I think, and like everything, she's amazing. I think she does shop updates the last Friday of every month, maybe.
It's beautiful. It's just
the speckles.
It's just beautiful. It's soft, very soft.
This is her Merino DK, and it's like, it's very plush and just like
it is
squishy.
Ooh,
I love it. So I'm working on the second sleeve. I've finished the body, tubular bind off on those guys.
Oh, I like that long ribbing on the sleeve.
Isn't that nice? I almost didn't, that's what the pattern called for. I almost didn't do that because I like a shorter rib, but I was like, you know what? I'm going to try it out.
6 inches?
4 and something.
Is it?
Yeah,
okay.
I think so.
That's beautiful.
I started out making a small, and then I got to the second set of increase. Like, I went through the second set of increases, tried it on. I was like, that's going to be a lot of positive ease. Plus, this is super wash. And so I think super wash grows once you block it. So then when I went to the third increases, I just increased to extra small. So now I am making the smallest size that, this is petite knit. So smallest size that petite knit had for her sweaters. So I was doing helical knitting. That is a whole story, and I'm not going to go into that, but I'm working on helical knitting now with my sleeve because I have 2 smaller balls. I have another full skein left, but I didn't want to have a bunch of random balls, so I'm working on my smaller sets, and then going to break into that if I need to. So.
Can you, that's a super wash.
Yeah.
So you can't spit splice it.
Right.
Okay.
Right, yes. So.
Okay, yeah. So then my next one, so now we're going to do works in progress. Katie just did her, sorry.
Yes.
Mine is the Felix cardigan, and it is by Savory Knitting. Do you know the person's name was Savory Knitting? I do not.
I don't know.
Okay, this is, the wool yarn is called Lucky Tweed, and it is 100% merino wool. And it is by Kilborn Woolens. So here's the label for that. And the color is Fog 454.
That's
and
pretty.
I love it. I've been knitting on this about 2 weeks. I am not a monogamous knitter. So I have a lot of projects going at once. But this is so... It's a tweedy, and it's soft, but it's rustic. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's nice.
And it's got flecks of green and pink.
And that lace detail is just so pretty.
It is so pretty. I can see me wearing this with jeans and, you know, a denim shirt under it, and probably some silver buttons. So I'm doing one of the button bands now, and then I have the other one and I will be finished. Wow. I'm really excited. My wardrobe was definitely lacking in cardigans. I had some, but they were too small. I knit them probably 10 years ago. So I need to pass those. I need to pass those on to people. But this is it's a fun, quick knit, and it doesn't take a lot of thinking. It's an easy pattern.
I feel like a lot of people are making either the pullover or the cardigan, and I think I need to hop on that.
Yes, I actually made Adelaide.
That's right.
Jenny.
Yes.
The pullover for Christmas.
That's
she wanted
right, and like a baby blue color.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and it was gorgeous. So yes.
Yeah.
So,
Cardigans. Yes, I have one on my needles now. I'm not gonna show it today, but cardigans are like definitely lacking in my wardrobe. So hopefully y'all will see some more cardigans coming up.
Yes.
My next work in progress, they're called the Morning Coffee Socks by Lytton. Is that the crazy sock lady or not? I think it is.
May be.
I should know this, y'all.
Yeah.
I think it is though.
Yeah.
I was trying to see if I had my. Okay, I don't have it on here. No. Okay, so this is the yarn. This is also Emma's yarn.
Gorgeous.
And I think it's like September 2022 colorway. And then this is going to be the contrast. It's like a purple.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah.
And there are flecks of that purple in the.
Yes. Yeah, you might not be able to see the specks in there. I'm a speckled yarn kind of girl. So love the pattern. You can memorize this one super easy too. So I've just been working on this since I finished your socks. Yeah. And I'm a sock knitter now.
Yes, she's a sock knitter. I knew. I probably knew. I should have known. Maybe that's right. I should have known. Because she used to love to knit lace, like shrugs, and she would knit them out of silk in high school and all this stuff. And yeah, I should have known. I should have told you. But I wasn't a sock knitter.
Yeah.
I'm still not technically. I've knit baby socks and little socks, and I'm working on some socks.
Baby socks, that's a good place to start in kids because it's like you get through them fast.
That's right.
But the thing that I have done is like I only have one size, one needle, so I can only be working on one side, one sock at a time. And then I cast on the next sock right away. Because I know people talk about like, oh, I only have one sock and I haven't started the next one. So I just like, as soon as I cast off, put the other one on the needles and get a few rounds in.
So like when you're working on a sweater and you're getting ready to, like you've hit a milestone, like, okay, you can see the finish line. Yeah. Do you allow yourself to start a new sweater? Or do you have to wait until you're finished?
I think I have like 5 sweaters going right now.
Yes. So you're not monogamous.
Not monogamous. But this year I've started trying to be more focused because my knitting time is kind of not as much as I used to have. So like I like to see progress. Yes. So anyway. Yeah.
Well, and that's I mean the beauty of usually I have like a very thin yarn and then a medium and then a heavy project. So depending on how my hands are feeling, I have something that I can go to. So I'm going to show you my thin project right now. This is another Andrea Mowry design. This is her Sprite, and I'm actually knitting it in the colors that she knit hers in.
I love that.
This has been a slow one. Yeah, I love it.
So pretty.
So the top, I have the lace work at the top and the corrugated neck. And actually, I was so concerned that it wasn't going to fit that I steam blocked it and I tried it on and it's lovely. It's gorgeous. So I'm excited about that. The only issue with this, I mean, I love this. Look at this. It's just, I'll wet block it when I'm finished, but it is so, she is just a genius. The only issue with this is when I got down to this part, as you can tell, we had some traumatic health issues in November, December, January, February-ish. And that's when I was knitting this part of this. So as you can tell, I mean, my knitting was a little crazy. And I thought at one point, well, I'll just rip it back and then knit it over. And then the other part of me said, that's part of the story of the sweater is what we were going through at the time. And and the beauty of it, and the beauty of coming out the other side of it. So part of it is, I think I'm just going to leave it, and some of it will block out and some of it won't, and that's okay. So I don't know. I think that's what I'm going to do. Now, I will admit, I love Andrea's patterns, and I've knit a lot of them. I act like I know her. I don't. I feel like I do. I listen to her every week. But they are not, I'm long-waisted anyway, and so hers are cropped. So I think I'm going to have to add a couple more inches than what the pattern calls for before I start the bottom corrugated rib. And Lisa, who does Unwind and Knit with me, I listened to her briefly this morning, just caught a part of it, and she said, which makes sense, she said, you know, when we put our sweaters, top-down sweaters on barber cords to look to see if they're fit, we generally just stand in front of a mirror and we're not moving. So we say, oh yeah, they fit. They fit good. We're good. And then when you finish it and then you start moving around, you realize, oh, it's not long enough. So she suggested, Lisa did, she suggested that you try it on and then, you know, reach your arms up, bend over, kind of do some stuff that you would be normally doing when wearing it. And that would be a better indicator of if it's long enough or not. So I think that's, we have children trying to join us that are down for naps. Not. But so she also, she'll do this much of her body and then do arms. So that she doesn't end up on Sleeve Island when she finishes the sweater.
Smart.
I thought that was an excellent idea.
I do that sometimes too.
I may do that because I know I'm going to have to knit about 4 more inches on this body probably.
Yes.
So I may do some sleeves. But this is Andrea Mowry's Sprite. I use the same color she's using. And I don't have, do I have the pattern? I'm not sure. Her patterns, I usually knit the size 4 in. So I would almost bet this is a 4. And they fit me pretty well. So yeah, I love it. I love the colors. Hopefully I'll finish it by the next time we podcast.
All right. So I got this yarn actually this weekend. This is Emma's yarn. So our yarn store basically carries Emma's yarn. They carry like other sock yarn too, but this is like the main one. So this is February 2023 colorway. My dad asked me for socks and he asked me for purple socks. So he's getting purple socks.
He'll be so happy.
Yes. So I'm going to knit these before his birthday, which is in June.
Yeah.
So
you'll get them done. Yeah. For sure.
Do you want me to just do all mine or do
yeah,
you
just go ahead and do yours.
And then my husband is the best. So he works by a yarn store that's an hour and a half away from our house.
Yes.
Super cute yarn store. I have not been.
I have Yarn Stitch Studio.
Here we go.
It's in Covington. And I always want to flip the title of the shop, but it is Yarn Stitch Studio.
Okay. Apparently it's super cute.
It is very cute. They're very friendly. They have a lot of Rowan yarn.
Yes.
But they have all kinds of yarn. Oh, they have Let Lopi as well.
Which is what you like.
I do. I like it too. I like the rustic yarns.
Yeah. I like the cashmere. So anyway, my husband bought this for me, which is just the sweetest thing. I'm probably going to cast this on after I finish my other sock.
Try this one. So you can see that
green. There we go. Yeah, the green is so pretty. Although I may save it for fall because it's like such a lovely fall. I don't know. Yeah, it's autumnal.
Autumnal. There you go.
Colorway. But anyway, so cute. Rowan sock. I don't know the colorway, but it's beautiful.
It is.
Maybe put it in the show notes or something. Okay. And then the last thing I got was this little brushed surrey from Blue Sky Fiber. I can't use mohair really, and I would love to see if I can use this. So I decided to do a low stakes sort of purchase and see if I can knit a swatch up and wear it. And if I can, then a whole new world is open to me.
A whole new world.
Super excited.
Okay, ready? I went down to Nashville 2 weeks ago, and I already had this green Isager. I think that's how you pronounce it. The Alpaca 2 Isager. Yes. And I actually had some light green to go with it, and I was going to do a shawl, and you know, I just don't wear a lot of shawls, so I was like, I'm not going to do that. So I picked up 2 more green, and I also picked up the Alpaca 1. So this is called Alpaca 2, and this is called Alpaca 1, and I'm going to hold them together. So the Alpaca 1 is, I think it's just alpaca. Yeah, it's 100% alpaca. This one is. And this one is alpaca and wool, 50-50. And then I got some Spincycle, and this is their Vibe Check.
That is crazy.
And look, I think I like these together.
Yeah.
What do you think?
I think so. That's really
Isn't
nice.
that cute? So now I'm going to have to find a design that I can use those all together.
A sweater?
A
shawl?
sweater.
Okay,
Oh, yeah.
okay.
I wear sweaters.
Yeah.
I mean, I do wear shawls occasionally, but not so much. Then I ordered,
This is good.
this is Yellow Brick Road from La Bien-Amie. It's the first time I've ordered from them. And it's gorgeous. I've looked for it over here. I want to knit Andrea's little yellow sweater. And this is Yellow Brick Road, and that's what she used, and I really want to do that. It's gorgeous.
That's so pretty.
Isn't that
That's
pretty?
Such a beautiful yellow.
So that's what I'm going to do with that, hopefully.
Love it.
And then my last thing is Life in the Long Grass. This is some stash yarn. I got this at Black Mountain, and I'm going to do Isabel Kramer's cardigan in that. It's called Mauritian, or Mauritian, but it's beautiful.
Nice. Good for you for doing cardigans.
I know. Yeah. So this will be I did a day tripper, and I've got to sew the buttons on. So next time I'll show you that one. But this, I've heard a lot about this Life in the Long Grass. It's a Highland DK, and it's Corriedale and merino wool. Completely untreated and sourced from sheep who roam the Peruvian highlands, making a durable woolly fabric. It is spun by the mill to support local farmers and to promote sustainability in the region. So it is beautiful.
That is beautiful. That soft pink is so lovely.
It is so lovely. So that's the plan for that.
Love it.
Okay. I have one more thing.
Sure.
A thing I love.
Yeah.
Or a little, what are we going to call that? My favorite thing.
Yeah.
My favorite thing. So I have a friend, a knitting friend. She was a friend before she was a knitting friend, but then we started knitting. So now we're knitting sisters as well as just bosom buddies, as Anne Shirley would say. Okay, she's in the medical field. So one time I was knitting with her, and she had this little pill, and it has all kinds of stitch markers, you know, the split markers where you can mark your knitting, different sizes, progress keepers. So,
awesome.
And I ordered this one from one of the delivery services. It was quite expensive. This one I got at Kroger, and it was like a fourth of the price.
Oh.
So it's yours.
Oh,
yay!
Thank you.
So yeah, so it's like $1.50.
Oh.
So yeah, but I use generally the tins, and you can keep everything in there. But you're digging. I always have to dig for, you know. So it keeps each little thing, you know, individually. And when I do this, it'll probably pop it all out. These are mostly cocoa knit little stitch markers and different things. So yeah,
love it.
So Sister C, she's the one that did that for me. I have found that there's really nothing new under the sun when it comes to knitting generally. There's new patterns and designs, of course, but like tools and stuff. So it's just us sharing with each other, and it just kind of moving around so everybody knows all the tricks and tips. So
that's so cool. And it can fit like in your knitting bag, notions
or
bag,
in your
whatever.
purse.
Yeah.
It doesn't fit scissors or needles, but you know,
Awesome.
So
Cool. Well,
we did it.
We did it.
We did it.
Thanks for joining us.
Yes.
And if we ever get back together,
We hope to get
this,
back. I'm not
then-
sure. The timetable.
Yeah.
But sooner rather than later. If you want to be notified of our next one, just make sure you subscribe to the Fruitful Hands. And
we're on Instagram too.
Instagram,
The Fruitful Hands.
Yes.
Also.
And we're going to try and post more on there. It's been kind of crazy. I will say this. I have noticed on other podcasts where there's a lot of spammers or bots or things that are notifying people that comment on their things that they won something. We will never, ever, ever ask you for money, contact you that you've won something, nothing like that. If we get to the point where we're giving away stuff, then we will always do it live, and then you will contact us. I think that's probably the safest way. So if anybody ever puts anything where they're asking for anything from you and acting like us, please report that as a fake and let us know.
Definitely.
So, yeah, because we want to have fun.
Yeah.
We want to keep all the the negative away.
Want to chat yarn with y'all.
Yes, yes. Thank you for joining us.
Yes. Let us know what you're working on in the comments if you want.
Yes.
All right. Thanks.
Yes, thank you. Bye.